All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we would like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakadash. The honors to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone, and salutations to Allah, my dear, pushing His truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners. All right, we're the men of Great Millstone, Miami, also from the cap of Great Millstone, Southwest Florida. All right, I'm the brother Shamar, and I have the brother Ward with me. All right, and Lord's will essentially be quick, edifying, and straight to the point, man. This lesson doesn't really need to be long at all. You know, earlier today I was just thinking and meditating on the fact that this dude, what's his name, Hassad? Hassad had made this comment over, last week. Because for those that don't know, as of a few days ago, all right, these dudes from Genesis have been real life crumpling down, man. Doctrine folding and warping. Okay, spots and holes being exposed, popping up in their teachings. All right, newfound courage to admit to the congregation that they never really believed. All right, it's just a whole bunch of fiasco, so to say, man. Which is all this is, prophetic. The Lord told us that towards the the last days, false prophets would arise, and that that He would expose the heart of men, man. All right, so we starting to see these things happen as we get closer to the end. All right, now one of the statements that these dudes made, which I did touched on it last week, was that all nations could get saved. Which a lot of brothers, starting with the apostles, the elders, the bishops, a lot of brothers have been going into that topic. But there's this particular thing that this dude Hassad had voiced, which was that Cornelius is a heathen, man. All right, and that's absolutely false. Okay, for many reasons why that's false. All right, because when you read the book of Acts, which we're going to get later, all right, you see the scriptures call Cornelius a devout man.
Yep.
Okay, who prays to the Lord. All right, who worships the Lord. Matter of fact, can we just open up with that? Let's get that real quick. Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 10, and verse 1. Acts 10 and 1. There was a certain man in Caesarea
Yep.
called...
Oh, Salaki. I put Acts 10 and 1. I don't know why I went to 1. All right, there you
go. Acts 10 and 1 again. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band.
Right. So there was this man in Caesarea. His name was Cornelius. All right. He was a centurion. Okay. He was a captain over, I believe, 100 men. All right. And he was part of the Italian band. So what? We see Cornelius as a leadership position in the Roman military. Okay. Now, did a quick Google search.
Oh, you want me to hold verse 2?
Yeah. Hold it real quick. I did a quick Google search before we start this lesson. All right, and the Google search was simple. Were there Israelites in the Roman army? Salaki. Okay. Were there Israelites in the Roman army during the time of Acts? All right, and the conclusion was yes. Israelites served in the Roman army both as volunteers and through forced conscription. All right, so there were Israelites at that time, okay, serving in the Roman army. That's plain. Now I'm gonna ask a different question real quick. Were there, all right, any Israelite? Let's do Israelite foreigner, right? Israelite foreigners in the Roman army during the time of Acts. Yes, there were Israelite foreigners in the Roman army during the time of Acts. All right, and served in various captivities. All right, so this is going into what uh Jews. All right, you know what? I'm gonna rephrase it one more time, because but all it's proven that what there were Jakes in the Roman army, right? All right,
Right.
but let's just ask one more question. All right, were there any hidden Israelites? Hidden Israelites. All right, that's a term I learned today. You using Chat GPT, chat called the Gentiles, those that were so far removed due to their parents during the Greek Empire removing themselves from serving the Lord. After generation to generation, chat called them the hidden Israelites. All right, so let's see hidden Israelites. All right. Now I'm going to put in parentheses Gentiles. Gentiles, right? Search. Yes, there were likely Israelites who served in the Roman army during the time of Acts, though identifying them is difficult. All right, while enlisted. All right, many Jewish soldiers may have had Greek or Latin names. Why would they have Greek or Latin names? Because they were raised as what? Greeks.
Right.
All right, they were given Latin names by their parents. Okay, a lot of them were were Hellenized, didn't know their true identity. Okay, all right, so that just proves right there that what either which way these dudes want to slice it, Cornelius, all right, being in the Italian band, he was an Israelite, and verse 2 is going to really prove it. Go ahead.
Acts 10:2, a devout man and one that feared the Most High with all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to the Most High always.
Right, and we don't see that type of characteristic, all right, and those type of statuses being placed on heathens, man. Nowhere in the scriptures do we see the Lord bigging up a heathen, all right, saying that the heathen is a devout individual. Nowhere in the scriptures do we see heathens, whole family members leaving their God, all right. We don't see that with Moab. They not dropping Chemosh to serve God. No, only the Israelites from wherever they may be, they are the only ones who, when the Spirit touches them, all right, they leave off from what they do and return back to the Lord. They devote themselves to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. All right. That was it. Wait, no, matter of fact, let me see. He saw the vision. Yeah, that was it. That was the point that I wanted to bring for that. Unless you had something else in there you wanted to bring.
No, that was it.
All right. Now, when you jump down to verse 11 in that Acts 10, it goes into matter of fact, yeah, go back to Acts 10 and jump to verse 11.
Acts 10:11.
Yep.
And saw heaven opened.
Matter of fact, start at 10.
Acts 10:10. And he became very hungry.
Yeah, now he is talking about Peter. All right, because every father is about to show Peter something, which Peter is the head of the church. Now we have to remember that what this all happened, I believe around the same time that Paul, whose name was Saul, was just being corrected, man. I believe in is that in Acts 9th chapter? Yep, the 9th chapter. All right, the Heavenly Father checked Saul, whose name turned to Paul. All right, and it was about to open the doors so Paul could go and preach to the Gentiles, which were the Israelites that who were once lost, who Hellenized, who didn't know that they were Israelites. All right, probably living amongst all right those heathen nations. For example, Timothy's father, being raised as a Greek. He kept that Greek status. All right, he moved as one of those, man. All right, the Lord was about to green light the church to go after those, the scattered Israelites, man. All right, but as we all know, everything is done in what? Decently and in order. So before Paul took, had the green light to take his full mission, the Lord had to open that understanding to Peter first, man, which was the head of the church. All right, so go ahead.
It says, verse 10 again, Acts 10 and 10, and he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they made ready, he fell into a trance and saw heaven open and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners and let down to the earth, and wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, eat and kill and eat.
Right. So Peter is in this trance, man. All right, he's being shown something. All right, and it's crazy because he's being shown this while he's hungry. So it's really looking to him like he's dreaming. All right, he don't think this is real. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. I'm delusional right now. I'm seeing shit, man. Right. This big ass knitted blankets coming down with all these different creatures that we know of our dietary law we are not to ingest. All right, but yet I'm being told by this angelic force that I feel to rise and eat. Okay, go ahead.
Verse
14.
But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. And the voice spake unto him again the second time, What the Most High have cleansed, that call not thou common. This was done thrice, and the vessel was received up again into heaven.
Right, so this was done 3 times. So the Heavenly Father, numerology is something, man. So three means understanding. So the Lord did it to Peter 3 times for him to really understand what that vision was, man. So when you jump down to verse, where's that, man? Salakia. I'm just trying to get to the point, brothers. It's been a long day. Right. Jump to verse 28. You brothers can read between that point on down. This is a pretty good chapter. But we're just going to get straight to the point. Go ahead.
Acts 10 and 28. He said unto them, Ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company, or to come unto one of another nation.
Where you at?
Verse 28.
Okay, so like it. I said 28. I'm at let me see. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Verse 28 from the top.
I was looking at 26, but yeah, go ahead. You got it.
Okay. Acts 10 and 28. He said unto them, Ye know how that it is unlawful, an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company, or come unto one of another nation. But the Most High have showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
Right. So that was the whole point of the
him going through that trance.
Exactly, him going through that trance, bro. Okay, bear with us, brothers. Salaki, brothers. Read that again.
Okay. Acts chapter 10 verse 28. And he said unto them, You know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company, or come unto one of another nation. But the Most High have shewed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
Right. So there it is. That was the whole meaning behind the trance. All right, Peter going through the trance. All right, it was not about food. Okay, it was about the Heavenly Father letting Peter know through the Spirit that the ministry is about to shift from the common Jews, all right, to those who are dispersed, those who are under these other nation's banner and look and culture.
Right.
All right, these are still Israelites. All right, because like Peter mentioned, all right, part of their whole being a Jew status is what? Rejecting any heathen. And part of those heathens that they were rejecting actual Israelites too, man. Their own kinfolk. All right, because why? Those particular kinfolk were not following the express ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, and we could go from there. We could transition to that Maccabees, because when you read Maccabees, the first chapter, First Maccabees 1 and 11, we see that what? Go ahead.
First Maccabees 1 and 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, "Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we had much sorrow."
Mm-hmm.
So this device pleased them well. There were certain of the people, were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen.
Right. So we see there was wicked individuals, man. All right, not limited, or excluding a large portion of Israel around that time, man. That agreed they would rather live like heathens. All right, so that means they did what? They discontinued intentionally from their heritage.
Right.
All right, they took on the way of the heathen. All right, even gone as far as getting a license. They went to go get credence from the king at the time, so the king could give them the decree to live as heathens, man. All right, and guess what? That didn't stop at that generation, because we all know how Jake move. They do that dumb shit, and then next thing you know, they have children, and they pushing that vibration on their children.
Right.
Okay? All right? And then that next generation, not knowing no better, keeps that tradition going, teaching, generation after generation after generation to move in a wicked way, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And that was in the time of the Greeks. And guess what? The Greeks were absorbed into the Roman Empire, which is what? By the time we get to the book of Acts, we're in the Roman Empire, man. Mm-hmm. All right? So there were Israelites doing what? Moving as heathen, or going after the heathen fashion in that time. But the Heavenly Father was about to do what? Open a door for those Israelites moving in that fashion to be adopted back in. That's why we could read Romans 9, and we see that what? The adoption is pertaining to who? Israel, man.
That's right.
Okay?
Yep.
All right. You have more than that? Or that was it?
No, there's more.
Oh, go ahead.
It says, verse 14, whereupon they built a place of exercise, at Jerusalem, according to the custom of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. And when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion of two realms. But the point was, they forsook the holy covenant.
Right.
Jake wanted to go off. They provoked the Lord to anger by being disobedient and sacrificing unto devils and leaving from the holy way.
That's right. That's right, man. All right, so that was it, man. That was basically the point. Just wanted to touch on that real quick, man, to prove that Cornelius was in fact a Israelite, man. Mm-hmm. Okay, and to give a brief history on where we came from. That's why you have to know the history to understand the mystery, man. Right. If you don't understand, all right, where we was as a people, where we went as a people, and where we're coming from as a people, you will never understand the concept and the point of what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua delivering Israel only, man. That's right. All right, because the Heavenly Father is not a man that he should change. He's not an author of confusion. All right, he from the Old Testament to the Apocrypha to the New Testament, it's only been an exclusive deal with towards Israel, man. Mm-hmm. So that's why we can confidently say what Cornelius was an Israelite, because what? His house was devoted and he was saved, him and his house. all right, that Roman prison guard, all right, he was an Israelite because him and his house got saved. All right, the Syrophoenician woman, she was an Israelite because the Lord granted her and her daughter mercy and healed her daughter. And basically said she got the promise waiting for her too, man. All right, we could confidently say what the Ethiopian eunuch was an Israelite. All right, because why? He was devoted in the scriptures and he got baptized, he got saved, man. Okay, and then we could confidently say that what? That the woman at the well was not Israelite because what? The Lord said that she don't know what she worshiped, man. But the true worshiper is going to worship in spirit and in truth, man.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
And that's why we could confidently say the Lord is only coming to save Israel and not the whole world. All right? So you Genesis cats, man, just hang it up, man. All right? What homeboy said in the song, just hang it up, man.
Just hang it up.
Hang it up, man. Enough is enough, man. You just don't got it. And y'all don't really believe anyways, man. So there's no point in continuing to talk. All right, so with that, shalom.
So